Jeff is in Bakersfield, California. Welcome to the Dave Ramsey Show, Jeff. How are you?
Good, Dave. Thank you for taking my phone call.
Sure. What's up?
Well, I was wondering if you could point me in the right direction. My wife and I are currently on baby step number 7. Our current home that we live in is paid for, and our rental house is also paid for. But I think we're probably going to be moving out of state here in the next 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're thinking about maybe selling our rental house right now.
Mm-hmm.
And we're probably net about $170,000, $175,000
mm-hmm.
for that home.
Mm-hmm.
I guess my question is what do we do with that money in the short term?
Mm-hmm.
I've always been told that, you don't want to put money into mutual funds unless you have 4 to 5 years time frame of when you will actually need the money.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about that?
That's what I tell people as well, because a 5-year mark, about 90% of the 5-year periods have made money. Only about 65% of the 3-year periods have made money.
Okay.
Now, the difference in your position is you've done a really good job with your money, so you've built a position of wealth. And so how much is in your 401ks and your nest egg?
We have probably $650 in our 401.
Yeah, and what's the equity in your home? What's your home worth?
The one I live in is probably $400,000.
Okay, so you've got a net worth of over $1 million. And your household income is north of 6 figures, isn't it?
Yes.
And how old are you, 45?
Yes.
Almost like I've done this before. Okay. Well done. I mean, you hit the marks, man. You're perfect. Well done. Proud of you. So what is your household income?
175.
Yeah. Okay. Little even better than I projected. Okay, great. Good for you. So here's the thing. When you place 170 in a 1% money market for 2 years, you will make nothing on it, obviously.
Right.
If you made 10% on it for 2 years in a mutual fund, you would have made $34,000. Okay?
Okay.
If the mutual fund went down 10% a year for 2 years, which would be a highly unusual 2 consecutive years of that kind of loss in the market, like historically almost never happens, okay? Then you would lose $34,000.
Right.
None of these are deal breakers for you. You have $1 million net worth, you make $175,000. $34,000 doesn't change your life, okay?
Right.
So all of that said, that puts you in a position more like I would be in personally if I were going to do this. I'm probably going to put some of that money in a mutual fund, and just because I can't stand for it to all sit there at 1%, knowing that I'm taking some risk, but I'm probably not taking risk that's going to completely cripple my financial plan.
Okay.
Even if you, let's say, pray tell, had the worst possible scenario and you lost the entire amount of money, it does not ruin your life. I mean, it'd be horrible. I'm not suggesting you'd put it at risk at the blackjack table, okay? I'm not suggesting that. I wouldn't do that. But my point is that you are in a position to accept some volatility on this $170,000 in order to try to get a little bit better rate of return. So if I'm in your shoes, I'm probably throwing like 70 in a money market. I'm probably popping 100 in a growth and income that's got a long, stable track record. That's a boring type mutual fund, super boring, in other words, that kind of a thing. And I was trying to thumb through here and look. I've got one fund that I own that's had a 12.07% average rate of return since 1934. But here's the interesting part for our discussion. Out of those 83 years, 15 times it was down. The rest of the time it was up. So that's called a growth and income fund, and that's a very stable fund. Okay? And so, you could put $100,000 in that, and you'll probably make something. You might lose a little, but you probably won't, So I'm doing that. And even if you do, you're okay. That's the way I would analyze it is. But if you call me up and you go, I have $170,000 to my name. This means whether I get to buy my next home or not, and I make $65,000 a year, I would say money market. You can't stand the risk.
Okay.
You see the difference?
Sure, absolutely.
But you could do either one. You can do either one, go either way, all in a money market or all in a mutual fund, because you can handle the risk. Either way, you're fine. It's just what's going to make you, what's going to be fun. But the point is, it's a ratio thing in your overall net worth, because you've done such a great job. Well done, millionaire. Another everyday millionaire calling in here on the air.